What's going on, boys, and welcome back to the LFC review, where today we are back as promised with something a little bit less Liverpool related and more of a football discussion in general. Today we're going to be talking about transfers from this summer. Now, if you're a Liverpool fan, of course there's people that are extremely disappointed, but I've got a different view on it, and we will get to that when we come round to Liverpool's transfers. But first, we're going to start off with Arsenal, who have signed Nicolas Pepe, who is probably the most notable signing they've got. And I think it's a bloody top one, because we were linked with him going back a couple of months, and I was excited. I'd seen a lot about him, and talk back then was he wanted to move to Liverpool, but we couldn't offer him full playing time. He was never going to be a starter week in, week out, and you've got to accept that. And you know, I appreciate the fact that he would rather play week in, week out. You know, if he doesn't want to come and sit on the bench, totally understandable. That's if the rumours are true. Maybe he didn't want to join Liverpool at all. Anyway, Liverpool or Arsenal have got a fantastic signing, and I think he's going to be, I'm going to go out and say 15 goals plus for Pepe for Arsenal this season, so top signing for them. Moving on to Chelsea, they have signed Kovacic for 40 million, and they also got Pulisic in, who is going to be an absolute bloody beast. I think pre-season he's looked very, very good. Another player Liverpool were linked with. I'll say that you can probably say this for everybody. Transfer, we're linked with everybody under the sun when it's continuously said we are not signing anybody. Yes, it can be frustrating, but you know, it all comes with transfer windows. But absolutely cracking signing Pulisic. Kovacic, I'm on the fence about him. A lot of people think he's top class. A lot of people think he's a bit meh. I'm more on the fence with him. I think he's a decent player, but I don't know. I'm not fully convinced with him yet. But two good signings for Chelsea. Now, the only issue with Chelsea signing the likes of Pulisic is they are also losing Eden Hazard. So, you know, it's a good signing, but is he on Hazard's level? No. Could he be? Maybe. I don't know. It's going to all depend on how he adapts to the Premier League. They've also got Hudson-Odoi in there, who I think is going to be a top talent, and I think he needs to be given a starting role for Chelsea next season for him to kick on, because he was getting a bit sick and tired, I think, of being on the bench for Chelsea. He always played, always done well, and never seemed to keep his place. So he's one to watch this season as well. Now, I just want to touch on Leicester very quick, because they've made two cracking signings for me. They've got Yuri Tielemans on a full-term contract, and they also got Perez from Newcastle, who a lot of people probably don't rate Perez, but I think he's a decent goal scorer, and I think he'll do very well at Leicester. Right, so that moves us on to Liverpool. Oh God, the drama with some fans over the transfer window has been ridiculous. I am not getting caught up in it. I think the problem with transfer windows is you feel like you just have to be involved with the transfer window, and if you're not, you feel like you're not doing much as a club, which to me is daft. We've brought in Van den Berg, the young, is he 17, 16? I think he's 17 years old, massive centre-back. Is he for now? I don't know. He's played pre-season, he's had a few minutes here and there, and he looks alright. We haven't seen enough of him yet, but he's for the future for me. And you know, we've got Matip there, who was cracking at the end of last season. We've got Lovren as backup, who I still think is a decent backup centre-back. Should he be starting? No. We've also got Joe Gomez, who people tend to forget how bloody good he was before he got that nasty injury. So, centre-backs, fine. Left-back, people are saying, yeah, we need somebody. Okay, this is the position I can kind of say, maybe. We've got Robertson, who is fit enough to play all season. If he picks up an injury, Milner stepped in there. We're overloaded in midfield anyway, so Milner can always slot in at left-back. I know it's not ideal, but young Larouci has had a cracking pre-season, and I think Klopp has thought again about bringing in a left-back because of how well Larouci is done. As I say, midfield, absolutely jam-packed with talent. Naby Keita's back, the Ox is back. Lallana's fitted into that number 6 role like water off a duck's back. I don't know if I've made sense there, but you know what I mean. He's been very, very good. And I think he could be an outlet for the likes of Fabinho to have a rest, or Ginny to have a rest, and allow Lallana to slot into that number 6 role. Very good on the ball, very good at getting out of tight situations, and that's one to watch if he stays fit. So then we move up to the top. People are saying, oh, we need to bring in all these players. I don't think we do. Yes, if something happens to Mane, Bobby or Salah, people think we're screwed. Now, yeah, okay, it's not ideal, but every team's going to have that. We're not the Man Cities out there that can have bloody Leroy Sané sitting on the bench doing nothing half the time, getting paid a bloody fortune. It doesn't work that way. And I think people need to realise that. Brewster is coming through this season, had a cracking pre-season. Origi finished last season brilliantly, and he pretty much dragged us through some bloody games. Harry Wilson's had a cracking pre-season, if we can hold on to him. So there's options there. Yes, we're not going to go out and sign world-class talent to sit on the bench. That's not what we do. And the majority of world-class talent won't go and sit on a bench unless you're paying Man City wages or Manchester United wages. And Liverpool don't do that. We have upped our wage structure this year, and that's where a lot of the budget went, because we secured the likes of Bobby, Salah and VVD. We've given them all new long-term, more expensive contracts. So less to spend, but we're not going to pay massive contracts to players to sit on the bench. I think we've got a good bloody squad this season, with the likes of the Ox, Lallana coming back, Gomez is back, Brewster's coming through, Wilson hopefully will stay with the team. Young Elliott is coming, who looks like a bloody little terrier. What a game he had against, I think, Napoli when he came on. He was unbelievable. And he's been kept with the first team for the game against City on Sunday, which speaks volume, because the likes of Keanu Hoover, another cracking player, he's been sent home, and a few of the others. So it's interesting Elliott's been kept around. I think he's going to be in the first team setup next season. Man City have signed Rodri for, just let me check, 68.2 million. Don't know a lot about him, but again, he's going to add to the squad. He probably won't play week in, week out, get a massive contract. Again, this leads back to what Liverpool cannot afford to do. Now, wait for it, boys. I'm about to compliment Manchester United. I know. Takes a lot for me to do it. But they brought in Daniel James for 15 million, which I think is a bargain. I think he's going to be a cracking player this season. Yes, the Premier League's physical, but I think his pace is going to make him fit in nicely. They signed Wan-Bissaka, who I did say I would take at Liverpool last season. He's a bloody good player. 50 million, slightly expensive, but he's 10 times better than what they've got. And I know, next one, Harry Maguire. 85 million, ridiculous money. Is he near Van Dijk's talent? I don't think so. Is he better than what United have? Honestly, I'm still on the fence. Lindelof, United fans brag about how good he is, but the problem is, who do they have with him? So Maguire is going to fit in there. If Eric Bailly stayed fit, I wouldn't understand the Harry Maguire signing, but he's out again. Bailly's out again, seemingly, for 5 months, so they had to go sign somebody. They were always going to pay over the odds for him. But yeah, he's going to improve the team. It was just a lot of money, but it is an inflated market, so you can kind of understand it. They are also still linked with Dybala, but there's talk that Dybala doesn't want to make the move because he's still not convinced United's the right place to be, which you can sort of understand, and that's not throwing shade at United. They're not in the Champions League. The rumour is he can't agree his wages. He wants big wages, of course. You see the likes of Sanchez there, the shittest player last season, getting massive money. Dybala wants to come in and probably be on the same as Sanchez. And he also, rumours, doesn't want to take a 25% pay cut if United don't reach the Champions League next season, which speaks volumes to me. And I'd be a bit worried if I was a United fan bringing him in, because you either want to give your all and take the risk that it's not good enough, or he wants to come in, get his money. Oh, if we don't get Champions League, screw it, I'm still getting my wages. So I don't know whether Dybala's right for United. He's not convinced about going, and they're not the players United need at the moment. Bruno Fernandes also still linked with United, but he's been linked with Tottenham as well. If United get him, they've got a hell of a team for next season. I'm going to finish up with Spurs. Yes, poor old Spurs always seem to have a tough time in the transfer market, but they did sign a cracking player, Ndombele. Sorry, I don't know how to say his bloody name. Fantastic player, and he's going to slot in nicely at Spurs. They also signed, let me check, Jack Clark from Leeds for 10 million, but he's gone back to Leeds, I think, on loan. Spurs also linked with Bruno Fernandes. For me, I think if Spurs get Fernandes, that for me means that possibly Eriksen's going out. So I think it would benefit them because Eriksen's mind is obviously elsewhere, so to get him out, Bruno Fernandes in, who wants to be there, would be a decent sign. And when we played in pre-season, Bruno Fernandes was absolutely fantastic. So whoever gets him, amazing. I wish it was Liverpool, but as I say, we're so packed in midfield. I just want to touch on Coutinho before we finish up the video. There's rumours that he has agreed to join a Premier League club. Now, Arsenal have been heavily linked with him in the last couple of days, but going back a couple of weeks ago, the rumour was that Coutinho would only come back to Liverpool, which did make sense. You know, we kind of thought, yeah, well, we kind of understand that's happening, but I'm not sure. I would like to know Liverpool fans' thoughts on what if he went to Arsenal. How would you feel about it? I would like to know from Arsenal fans if you would like to have Coutinho. And as a Liverpool fan, yes, he left on bad terms. He faked an injury with his back. But if we could get him back, and I think the rumour is that they pay us 20 odd million a year for Coutinho because they're paying in a structure, and the loan would cost in around that per year. That's what I've seen. So for us to get him wouldn't cost us anything. Yes, we wouldn't be getting the yearly payment, but I think on a 1 or 2 year loan, it would make sense for Liverpool to bring him back because his talent is undeniable. If he wants to get back playing football, I think Liverpool is the place for him. But only time will tell. Now, boys, I do have to say that all these transfers are at the moment of me recording this video, of course. By the time I get it up, hopefully I'll get it up pretty soon. Things could change. Pogba could be gone. Dybala could be at United by the time this comes out. So that's why some things might be inaccurate. But thank you boys for watching. Much love on the first video. Really appreciate it. I think we're in around 80 subscribers. Of course, we're going on the road for 1,000 subs. It might take a while, but I'm enjoying making the content, and that's what matters. If you're enjoying it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care, boys. Have a good day. Cheerio.